Hello there, Jeremy Weiss here with Weiss Tech Hockey, and today I want to talk about breakouts. Now, when you start getting into team systems, there always end up being a whole lot of different opinions on, particularly positioning, and what coaches think will and won't work, and as many different opinions as there are. Interestingly, there's also a number of different correct answers. Sometimes the correct answer is different depending on which team. So what's right for one team might not work for another team. So some of it depends on the skill level of your players, the age of your players, how much experience they've had with implementing team systems in the past. So I'm not going to get into a whole lot of details and different options and variations of breakouts here, but what I do want to focus on is the tactics, some of the most important tactics, particularly with initiating the breakout. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not even really going to draw up the wingers positioning here, because initiating the breakout generally has to do with the two defensemen and the centerman sometimes. So what we'll do, let's bring up the rink. What we're going to assume here is that the puck has been dumped into the corner. Now, especially at youth hockey, a lot of times when the puck gets dumped in, you hear the coach yelling from the bench, "Get it out, high off the glass." And what you often see is almost like a tennis match. The one team dumps it in, the other team tries to slap it out, and the team gets it, slaps it back in, slap it out, slap it in, and a lot of times it goes back and forth. So what I really hope is that you'll take this and recognize the importance of teaching the kids, especially at the young ages, to be able to break the puck in under control, break the puck out under control. There is a time and a place for dump and chase hockey, but I think that at the young age groups especially, it should be really stressed that controlled play is. That's where the kids are going to develop. That's where they're going to develop their puck handling abilities, their passing abilities. So that's what I try to stress with the kids that I teach, especially the younger age groups. So what we're going to do, let's assume that we've got a defenseman on the puck. He's gone in and he's picked up the puck off the dump in. And then usually what I like to do is set up my other defenseman on the weak side post. There are a number of different reasons for this, but for breakout purposes, it's so that he can drop down and provide a passing outlet for a D-to-D pass if that needs to happen. And then we'll place our centerman on the strong side post. And again, there are a number of different reasons for this, but for breakout purposes, it's so that he can provide close support for that defenseman if that defenseman gets into trouble. So what I like to tell my players is, as soon as the defenseman picks up the puck, you are going to turn and skate towards the quiet zone. Now, I've mentioned quiet zone in at least one of my other videos, and the quiet zone is, and I'm going to actually draw it up here. The quiet zone is this rectangular area that basically is towards the back of the net, so behind the net. And the reason why I like to have my guys immediately skate towards the quiet zone is because unless the puck is there, most of the time there won't be anybody on the opposing team hanging out behind the net. So it's usually an area of kind of a no man's land. So nobody's going to be back there unless the puck's there. So get the puck, immediately turn, start skating towards the quiet zone. Now from there, all of your options open up for you. Okay? So let's do this. Let's assume that we've got a forechecker. And again, I'm going to keep this simple for the case of the demonstration here. So let's assume that we've got a forechecker here, and we'll assume, let's just say that for the first option, let's say that this defenseman starts skating towards behind the net, and he feels pressure on his inside shoulder. If the defenseman feels that pressure, then the reaction is very simple. All he needs to do is do a quick misdirection, and then from there he can either hit the board side winger for a breakout on the boards, or the centerman who will be swinging through the middle. So let me just draw on this first one. I'll just draw these two options, but then for the rest of them we can just use our imaginations. Okay, so he'll have either a board side option or a center option. And again, some of this will depend on the situation and the positioning and the timing that you as the coach will individually implement with your team. But in general, you'll have a board side and a middle option. So that's what happens if that forechecker puts pressure on the inside shoulder. Let's erase some of these lines, and then we'll drop the next possibility. Some teams will send this forechecker in, and sometimes he'll put in pressure directly behind that defenseman. So if the defenseman feels pressure directly behind him, the reaction is simple. He just continues skating. So he'll continue skating because obviously if he misdirects and the pressure is directly behind him, he'll be turning straight back into the pressure. So he'll just continue skating it, skate the puck from one side of the ice to the other, and then from there he'll still have the same two options, his board side breakout or the middle breakout. So that's a very simple, those first two reactions are very simple to read. Then we get into a few more different complex options. So let's say that the defenseman gets the puck and immediately starts skating towards the quiet zone. But let's say that the other team is using a 2-1-2 forecheck. So you've got these two players who are basically putting pressure on. A lot of times you hear first man hits and pins, second man picks up the puck. That's kind of a very common 2-1-2 style forecheck, where you've got two men hard on the puck, and usually I'll have one man in the middle somewhere taking away any puck that might score loose, and then the two defensemen back. So if he reads this type of pressure, which is a narrow 2-1-2, the reaction again is very simple. This defenseman will see that this man's in trouble, and whoop, what's going on here? Sorry about that. So this defenseman will see that his partner's in trouble and basically just slide down, and he'll open himself up for a quick D-to-D pass. And then from there, again, he's got the two options, either a board side breakout or a middle breakout. So that's beating the 2-1-2. Some teams will, instead of doing a 2-1-2 narrow, they'll slide this the second man on the 2-1-2. They'll have him slide low and try to intercept a D-to-D pass. If that's the case, then again the reaction is fairly straightforward. The defenseman will still skate the puck behind the net, towards the back of the net, and then depending on where the pressure is. So if his man is pressuring him from the inside shoulder, then again same reaction. He'll just misdirect and hit either the centerman or the winger on the breakout pass. If his man takes that same angle again, where he's going directly behind him, that complicates it a little bit, because if he just continues skating behind the net, he's going to skate into the other guy. He can't do a D-to-D pass there, because that's exactly what the other team wants you to do. They've already got that covered. So in this case, the reaction is simple. It's just a reverse bank pass, and the guy that will pick that up is the centerman. That's part of the reason why we have him there. So defenseman still skates towards the back of the net, reads the pressure, does a simple reverse, and the centerman can swing in, pick up the puck, and then he can either skate the puck to initiate the breakout, or if the winger's open, he can make the winger the breakout pass to the winger. So that's a very simple initiation of a breakout. I've used it a lot with my teams and had great success with it over the years. And even if the other team knows exactly what you're going to do, that as soon as that defenseman picks up the puck, you start skating behind the net. There's so many different options that branch off from that basic philosophy that even if the other team knows what you're going to do, you can still read and react and beat whatever forecheck they throw at you. So that's the initiating the breakout. Now, if you enjoy these videos, and I've actually had a lot of people ask me, where do I get the software? What software are you using to diagram these drills and videos? The software is called Drill Draw, and if you visit my website, weisstechhockey.com/blog, all of the information is there. You can check it out. There are a number of different licensing options for Drill Draw, different price ranges, and you can even go ahead and purchase it on the website. And we've also got video tutorials coming up on the website, kind of teaching you how to use the basics of this program. So go ahead, check it out, weisstechhockey.com/blog, and hopefully we see you there.